There we go. Okay, cool. So, this is the starter deck that they give you to start out with. It is definitely a Faeries themed deck, but the whole thing here is it's pretty all over the place. It's a little disjointed. I did build myself a Faeries deck to play with a couple months ago, and I played that a lot in Alchemy and in Standard pre-rotation, and it actually did pretty damn good. I think we got to Diamond a few times with that deck. But yeah, let's take a look at what they give us here. So they start us off with a single Sleep Cursed Fairy. Then we have 3 Sleight of Hand, 2 Snare Master Sprite, 3 Steps Ahead, 1 Fairy Dream Thief, and 2 Fairy Fencing. Then we have 2 copies of Deduce, 2 copies of Freeze in Place. This is an interesting one, because, like, I get it. And it's like, you tap target creature an opponent controls and put 3 stun counters on it, scry to you. So, you do get the scry with it, and you also have keeping a creature tapped down for 3 turns. Now, tapping a creature down doesn't completely remove the threat. Let's say, for example, your opponent has like a Shale Dread or something that they're not normally going to attack with anyways, and just keep getting value out of it. This doesn't really do anything about that. It just taps it, makes it so it can't attack anytime soon. So I think that might have to go for just some actual removal. Then we have 2 Picklock Pranksters, 2 Spell Stutters, 2 Barrow Naughty, a Drag the Canal. This one I actually like this card a lot. So black and blue, instant speed. You create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token. If a creature died this turn, you gain 2 life, surveil 2, and investigate. And that's quite a bit for just a little bit of investment. Like, if you just happen to kill an enemy creature, or an enemy kills one of your creatures, you get a 2/2 and you get all those extra bonus effects. Pretty decent. Obira, the Dreaming Duelist. It's actually a really good card. I like this card a lot. I've won a lot of games off of Obira just sapping the opponent for 1. Like, never even attacking with the creature, just playing fairies over and over. Then we have 3 Mocking Sprite, 3 Quick Study, a single Talion's Messenger, 2 Spellscorn Coven, Talion the Kindly Lord, Roaming Throne. Very, very good card. I don't know if it's good for this deck in particular, but this card does go pretty hard in other tribes, like Phyrexians. This does really good in Phyrexians. Then we have Fairy Slumber Party. Cool card, but I really think this card is more for Commander. It's a little too slow, especially if you're trying to play a low to the ground aggressive or mid-range deck. Like, a deck like this probably doesn't want to go above 4 mana. Like, the highest casting cost is probably going to be Talion. Raymond, hello, nice to see you. Let me see what you said there. I upgraded this deck myself and felt that adding some more interaction was important. I went up to 4 copies of Spell Stutter and 4 copies of other 2 mana kill spells, as well as 2 copies of Ego Train. Picklock Prankster is also one of the best fairies. I agree with you. Picklock Prankster is a fantastic creature, mostly just for the ability to get back good stuff. Mill 4 cards, then put an instant sorcery or fairy card from among the milled cards into your hand. So unfortunately it has to be picked from those 4 cards that got milled, but it is a very solid card, especially because it's an instant. If you say let your opponent go and they don't do anything worth countering or killing on their turn, you can just use the Free the Fae Adventure and then play the fairy itself on the next turn. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fairy deck that I had built from a few months ago. Now bear in mind this is pre-rotation, but this is also the direction we're probably going to be taking. Okay, so oh shoot, that's right. This is actually still set to Alchemy. So let me change this to Standard. There we go. There we go, that's better. Okay, so this is what I built the deck for, because named it Alchemy Fairy because I was playing this deck specifically in Alchemy pre-rotation, because I wanted to use this as a way to get used to rotation. So what I was running is I was running 4 Sleep Curse Fairy. In hindsight, I think I might drop this down to a 3. It is a really good card to get on turn 1, but it often doesn't become active until turn 4 or 5. But once it does become active, it is an absolute powerhouse of a beater. Okay, next up we have 4 Fairy Fencing. I did want to go up to 4 on this, because if you have a Fairy, that's a 1 mana -3/-3 on any creature. And that's going to kill almost anything. 4 copies of Fairy Mastermind, absolute must-have for this deck. It's a really solid creature. Just the flash, you play it when your opponent is about to draw their second card, you get a free card draw off of it. It's really good. Prop's Eidetic Memory is a very solid card. The fact that it draws a card on its own when it comes in, plus all of your other card draw in the deck, can make your fairies into really big, really beefy dudes. Then we have 4 copies of Spell Stutter, absolutely important in this deck. Bitter Triumph. I wanted to run Bitter Triumph because this deck does draw a lot of cards, and so like you very seldomly are going to be at a lack of things to discard, or even pay 3 life. If you're controlling your opponent well enough, that 3 life is not going to be an issue. Obira, Dreaming Duelist, I had 3 of these. We were running 4 Talien's Messenger, just because it's just that good. Granted, it is a little bit slower, and doesn't have flash, unfortunately. But if you get this on the table and you start swinging with other fairies that maybe might already have +1 counters on it from Profts, it's pretty solid. Plus, the card draw also works alongside Profts. Well, actually, no, not really. Because Profts trigger happens when you go to combat. This trigger happens after the creature starts attacking. So, not exactly a good combo there, but more card draw is not a bad thing. Invasion of Amonkhet, I really like this. This is actually a really solid card. You play this a lot, not just to get more cards into the graveyard on your opponent's side so that you have stuff to copy with Last Step Convert, but the fact that your opponent discards a card and you draw a card when you play this plays into Prof's Eidetic Memory. So that's more +1 counters. And then Talion the Kindly Lord. Talion is just one of those cards that people don't know how to play around. It is a creature that sometimes people will waste removal on because they just don't want to deal with it. And other times, if this card stays on the table for a couple of turns, I mean, that's a lot of card draw for you, because most things that your opponents are going to be playing are going to be between 1 and 3 mana in a one-on-one environment. So typically, I like to set this to 2 and just profit. It's a really, really good card. Land-wise, Islands, Swamps, Dark Slick Shores, Restless Reef, Cavernous Souls, and Mirrex. Naturally, we're not going to have all of these rares in today's upgrade, but I just wanted to show you kind of the area where we're going to be looking at upgrading this deck. So let's get back to our upgrade project and we'll start moving some cards around. Okay, so first things first is I'm not going to mess with the mana base too much. I don't like to change the mana in these starter decks. I kind of want to try and build around it. The only exception was the Izzet deck, because the Izzet deck topped out at 2 mana, so I didn't really feel a need to have 25 lands in the deck. This deck, 25 lands. All these starter decks come with some mashup of 25 lands, so they're running 13 islands, 7 swamps, 4 soured springs, and an Undercity sewers in this deck. So, pretty basic. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to start cutting stuff. We're definitely cutting Fairy Slumber Party. It is too slow of a card. Spellscorn Coven. Let's actually read this real quick. What does it actually do? So it has Take It Back, which is return target spell to its owner's hand. So that has to be done when your opponent tries to cast a spell. And when it enters, each opponent discards a card. So it's a bit much for the mana investment, so I think we're going to pass on that. Mocking Sprite is also another very slow card. 3 mana for only a 2/1 with flying, and instant and sorcerer spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's good for the discount, but again, just not really good enough. So we're going to drop that as well. Quick Study. I think we can probably do better than quick study, but I'll think about that before I take that out. Talion's Messenger, I already just want to pump this up to a 3. It's like I feel that that's just a key card for this deck. A Beer Dreaming Duelist, I think we want to bump that up to a 3 as well. Drag the Canal, we could think about that. I think it's a pretty decent card for only 2 mana and instant speed. So something to think about. Baronati, no, I don't like it. It's just doesn't quite do enough, you know? Right. Why am I not able to crank up the spell stutter? That's odd. Look at that. That's really odd. All of these have the plus button except for spell stutter. Why is that? I wonder. What about Fairy Fencing? Fairy Fencing has that as well. Is it because it's a tribal instant? Very weird. Very weird. Okay. Well, here's a good little workaround. We'll just go find spell stutter. There you go. Crank those in there. Yeah. We're not going to run a whole lot of counter spells in this deck, but I do definitely want to run 4 copies of Spell Stutter. Picklock Prankster, I think we can jump that up to a 3. Freeze in Place has got to go. It's just not a good card. Deduce. I like Deduce. I think we're going to go up to 4 Deduce and down to 2 Quick Study. Let's see. Fairy Fencing needs to be a 4 of. Okay, so we're going to have to look that up again. Fairy Fencing. Okay. Alright, crank 2 more of those in there. I don't know why those cards don't have the plus button. Very weird. Fairy Dream Thief. This is just a really good turn 1 play, so I think I'm going to... Oh my gosh. Alright, that's fine. Let's do it the hard way. Dream Thief. Okay. Alright, let's pop 4 of those in there. There we go. Okay. So... got the Dream Thieves. 3 steps ahead. Very cool card. I don't know if it's right for this deck though. Because like again, I don't want to be running a ton of counter spells, and that counter spell it can be pretty expensive. And I want to be low to the ground with this deck. Snare Master Sprite. When it enters, you may pay 2. When you do, tap target creature opponent controls. Put a stun card. No, I don't like that one. All right, let's go to 4 on Sleight of Hand. And I think I want to go up to 3 on the Sleep Cursed Fairy. So let's take a look here. We need to remove something. So I'm going to remove Drag the Canal, and I'm going to go down to 3 on Deduce. That keeps us at 60 cards, which is good. Alright, the Roaming Throne, I think I want to ditch in favor of another Talion. Like, again, the Roaming Throne is great, but there's not really a whole lot of, like, really integral triggers that we're going to be working with. Like Talion's Messenger, that's a good thing to copy. Talion the Kindly Lord is a good thing to copy. But Sleep Cursed Fairy, I mean, it'll double on the ward, which is cool, but most of the time people's not going to be wasting a whole lot of removal trying to get this dead. Obira, that is a decent trigger. Actually, you know what? They might be onto something. Let's go ahead and just run 2 of them and see what happens. Throne. Here, let's go and pop 2 of those in. Okay, that'll do fine. And I'm going to drop the Quick Study. I just don't like how expensive it is. Okay, so let's read our rares. We got 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, counting the Undercity Sewer. So that gives us room for 4 more rares. So let's look at our removal. We have 4 copies of Fairy Fencing and 4 copies of Spell Starter. That's pretty much it. What does our mix look like? 20 creatures, 15 non-creatures. Let's see here. I think I want to go down 1 on Picklock Prankster, and I want to go down to 2 on Sleep Cursed Fairy. And I also want to go down 1 on Sleight of Hand. And I'm doing that in order to make room for... Where is he at? Let's see. Where is Fairy Mastermind? Okay, that's fine. Here's what we'll do. Oh, that's why it's set to Alchemy. Gotta set to Standard. Let's see. There he is, Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, I want to put at least 3 of that in this deck. Because Fairy Mastermind is just a really, really good card. Okay, so what are we looking at now? So, that 11 plus 3 more, that puts it to 14. I don't think we need to go up any higher on the rare count. Okay, but what I do need to work on is getting some more removal in here. What we'll do is we're going to look... Let's see. I don't want to do Shoot the Sheriff because Outlaws has actually been spiking a little bit lately. I think we'll just go for the Throat. Yeah, there we go. Give me at least 2 copies of Go for the Throat. Let's see here. And how are we going to make that fit? Let's go to 2 Deduce and drop down 1 on the Spell Stutter. That should give us enough variety of cards that this deck should make a lot more sense now. So let's take another look here. So we're looking at 2 Sleep Curse Fairy, 3 Sleight of Hand, 4 Fairy Dream Thief, 4 Fairy Fencing, and 2 Deduce, 3 Mastermind, 2 Picklock Prankster, 3 Spell Stutter, 2 Go for the Throat, 3 Obira, 3 Talion's Messenger, 2 Talion, and 2 Roaming Throne. I think that's a pretty decent mix. And the mana cost is not so high in this deck that we need to add or reduce any lands, anything like that. Yeah, I think this could actually work out pretty well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take this out there, take it out for a couple spins, and see if this deck works. Alright. Oh, let's apply our styles, of course. There we go. Gotta be fancy. What are our requests for today? Cast red or green spells, or kill 15 of your opponent's creatures. Here, let's swap that. Cast 20 black or green spells. Alright, well at least we can work on that while we're playing today. Alright. Let's go Fairy Pranks. We're playing Standard Ranked in, I believe, Platinum. Alright, we're up against Mr. Tiny. Okay, that's not great. Opponent goes first. Gives us an opportunity to draw a black mana source. We also have access to playing the Sleep Curse Fairy on turn 1, and then we'll have Spell Stutter for like turn 2. I think I'll keep it and just see where it goes. If this was a mistake and we lose, well, I only have myself to blame, right? Alright, Forest Island. Alright. Not the land I was hoping for, but we'll play a Sleep Curse Fairy. Watch opponent just pop off immediately with Pick Your Poison. Oh, it's a Pawn Prophet. So we're playing against frogs. I like frogs. They're cool. Alright, island number 2, and we are full of counterspells. Enter. Let's see if our opponent plays something worth counterspelling. Innkeeper's Talent? Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. And... oh, Sunshower Druid. Okay. Alright, Pawn Prophet's a 2-2. That sucks. That'll do, though. Okay, let's hit Sleight of Hand before playing our land for turn. There we go. Play that. Get that Swamp. Alright, play the Swamp. And I think I will just keep my mana available. So I can potentially drop down an Obira to block if I need to. Another Innkeeper's Talent. Okay, I'm seeing a trend here, and I need to stop that from happening. Okay, opponent comes in and attacked for 0 with the Sunshower Druid. Very cute. We like that. Okay, let's go ahead. I think I'm going to keep my black mana open. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything yet. End turn. We'll let you make do with your turn. Is he playing mono green? Paw Patch Recruit. Okay, so he offspringed it. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a plus and plus counter on target creature. Okay, well, in that case, A0, confirm, and just destroy that now before that Paw Patch comes in. Oh, do you have a protection spell? He does. Okay, that's cute. Interesting deck. Very interesting. Are you gonna come my way? Yeah, he's gonna come my way, but I won't be blocking. Alright, my turn. Alright, well, let's deduce. See what we got here. It's a fairy fencing. Alright, cool. Does he have to pay to do that? No. No, it just happens. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, because he's about to just go off with that Paw Patcher crit. That's actually a really good card. Okay. I think we just pass. No attacks. End turn. Oh my god, look at the token. That's so cute. Alright, pass. Alright, it's coming with everything. So I guess I'll play Obira. And this will block this. Actually, no. This will block this, and this will block that. High stride. And a snake skin build there. Cool. That's fine. At least I got rid of that though. Not good. Yeah, let's draw a card. It's another Obira. It's not bad. Looking a little rough for me. End turn. Mistbreath Elder. At the beginning of your upkeep, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, put a +1/+a counter on Mistbreath Elder. Otherwise, you may return Mistbreath Elder to its owner's hand. Okay. Very cool. Alright, well, let's get another Obira out there. We're gonna block and kill that Paw Patch recruit. Ow. Okay. So, I guess it's time for some Fairy Dream Thieves. That can stay. Mostly just because I need a big blocker. Okay. Yeah. You've got enough mana to play around my spell stutter now. Yep. Alright. Yeah. Do we block? Yeah, I think we kind of have to. Yeah. Those we just die that turn. I mean, stuck on 1 black mana is not cute, though. Not a big fan. We'll say fairy. Done. And keep that fairy fencing available. Because now, that's a fairy. A golem fairy. Right. Does he bounce a creature? Probably want to bounce that Sunshower Druid. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, plays Sunshower Druid again. Let's see. I'll just give -3. It's fine. Let's let him do his thing. Oh my god. Okay. Cool. Yep. Gets bigger. Okay. There's nothing I can do now. Yeah. Yeah. Regardless of which one I block, he's still gonna trample over me. Yeah. So that was just a bad first game. These things are gonna happen though. Okay, so what do we got here? We have Island, Undercity Sewers, Sleep Cursed Fairy, Sleight of Hand, Roaming Throne. It's okay. We'll keep it. Do we get to go first? I always forget to check who's going first. I think it's... Oh, it is me. Cool. Alright, so play that, and play the Sleep Cursed Fairy first off. Okay, I'm going to place a Seachrome Coast, so they're at least in... blue-white. I'll keep the Spell Stutter. I'll take the Spell Stutter. Okay, so he's just guy. Fabrication Foundry. Tap for a white mana. Spend this mana to cast an artifact. 3 tap, exile one or more other artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return X artifact card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so is he going to discard something in hopes of animating it for cheap? That's probably what I would do. Sleight of hand, mastermind. I'm mastering the minds. End turn. Alright, play a braided net. Enters with 3 net counters. Remove a net counter to tap another target non-land permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated for as long as it remains tapped. Interesting. Tap another target. Okay, that's fine. It just taps something for a turn. That's not that big of a deal. Okay. Alright, pass. Alright, end of turn. Let's play Bira. I don't imagine you have a 1-mana counterspell. Alright, our turn. Ooh, no land to drop. That's not good. Alright, we go to combat. Activate your braided net. Okay. Play an Elegant Parlor. This guy does not appear to be a big fan of basic lands. Simulation Aegis. Enters exile to 1 target creature until Aegis leaves the battlefield. Whenever Assimilation Aegis becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Aegis remains attached to it, that creature becomes a copy of the exiled creature. That sounds important to you. We're just gonna get rid of that. Alright, we got a land. That's what we like to see. Okay, it is now tapped. Attack you for 3. End turn. That Fabrication Foundry does have me a little worried. Against all odds, choose one or both. Exile target artifact or creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so we have to do something here. So we're going to try and find a counterspell. We did not find the counterspell, which is unfortunate. Okay, it now resolves. Yeah. I could kill it. Nah. I don't think it's really worth. Alright. Pass. And end of turn. Play a Fairy Mastermind. Alright, my turn. Play a Swamp. Look at us. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do Sleight of Hand. I'll get us another Fairy Mastermind. That's pretty good. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Picklock Prankster. Just put more creatures on the board. 'Cause I am fully waiting for them to just like drop a... what's the name of the card? Sunfall. I'm waiting for them to drop a Sunfall on me. That is a pretty cool trick though. Against all odds with the tap net. That's a pretty good combo there. Dowsing Device. Whenever Dowsing Device or another artifact you control enters, up to 1 target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until in a turn. Then transform Dowsing Device if you control 4 or more artifacts. Are you going to play a creature? Okay, he just played that to transform it. Okay. 3 and tap until in a turn target creature gains haste and +X/+O, where X is the number. Wow. Okay, Cool. Alright, and a turn. Fairy Mastermind. Alright, take my turn. Go to attack step. He'll tap the Fairy Mastermind. Yes. Alright. Put our opponent to 8. And honestly, I'm kind of afraid of a board wipe coming down soon, so I'm not going to play any more creatures. Everflowing Well. When it enters, mill 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. Descend 8 at the beginning of your upkeep. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform. Okay. He's going to draw cards, and I'm going to draw cards. He must not have realized that part. Okay. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do with that deck. It looked very interesting, but I don't know what his game plan was, because he was not dealing with my threats in the slightest, other than tapping. I'm sure he had a game plan in there somewhere. I just did not see it. Soured Springs and 2 Swamps for a Sleight of Hand, a Tailing's Messenger, a Fairy Dream Thief, and Fairy Fencing. So we'll keep it. We'll play a Swamp first, just so I can play the Fairy Dream Thief on 1. That's a pretty cool sleeve. I like that. That's very nice. Alright, cool. Get to go first. Play the Fairy Dream Thief. And we Surveil for 1. I want to keep that, just because I want to play an untapped land next turn. And also play a Sleight of Hand. Cult Conscript. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and play this island, and then we'll play Sleight of Hand. Yeah, give me the Fairy Mastermind. That's a good card. And then we'll attack for 1. End turn. Keep mana open for Fairy Fencing, in case they play something silly. I'm expecting a Kaervek at some point. I don't know why, just am. Okay, play a Swamp. Forsaken Miner. Okay. Yep, I'm No. Is this a Skeletons deck? Is this a hasty +1 Skeletons deck? It might be. Let's put that in the graveyard. Alright, let's go ahead and play these. Do we want the Soured Strings or the Tailing's Messenger? I think we want the Tailing's Messenger right now. Draw and discard. +1 counter there. Pop them for 1. Or 2, I mean. If left unanswered, the Tailing's Messenger can be pretty brutal. However, most people just deal with it as soon as they can. Yeah, seeing things snowball out of control with +1 counters is not the best. Our opponent is thinking. They play a Swamp. Corpse of the Lost. I was correct. It's a Skelly deck. Yeah, I'm not blocking. Alright. Let's go and play this Undercity Sewers. Spell Stutter. I like that. That can stay right there. Alright. Next. Let's go ahead and attack with just the Fairy Dream Thief. Discard the Swamp. +1 counter on the Tailing's Messenger, so I have a decent blocker. And then we end the turn. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, you may pay 1 life. If you do, return corpses to its hand. Tiny Bones. He's tiny and bony. Pass. Okay. We'll go to the blocker step. We will block this guy right here. And then we will cast Fairy Fencing on Tiny Bones. And pass. There we go. Now, they can pay that 3 life, or 1 life, to return the corpse. Let's go ahead and stutter that. Well, conscript. Okay. Get yourself another scaly boy. Alright, my turn. Let's go. Actually, we'll keep that in hand. Next. Attack with just that. Okay. Discard the island. Ooh, do have it? It doesn't really matter. +1 there. Yeah. We just need to make sure that Tailing's Messenger keeps a toughness of 4. As long as he keeps his toughness up, and we have a decent blocker, we might be able to race. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potential 6 next turn. So we won't be able to kill our opponent next turn. Even if we had the Fairy Mastermind, that'll be 8 damage total. So we have to survive this next turn. Alright. Play Corpses of the Lost again. Resolve that. Yeah, make it boy. Tiny Bones is back, huh? Alright. Do we have any 1-drops? 1-drop permanents in our... No, we do not. That's fine. Okay. Pass. Block here. And... 3, 6, 7, 8. That's not enough to kill me. Alright, end of turn. Play Fairy Mastermind. And a Fairy Dream Thief. That in the graveyard. Okay. And next, we will attack... Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, potentially more. Depending on what they draw off the top of their library, they might have another haste creature. So I'm going to play it safe and attack with just the Fairy Dream Thief this turn. +1 there. Okay. So now we just need to survive this next turn and swing in for 7 next turn. We're also at 3 though, so we kind of have to block everything. Yep. Okay. So let's go to blocks. This will block here. This will block here, and this will block here. Okay, we gotta go for the throat. That is gonna suck. But it does make it so, so we don't die, though, which is good. Alright, opponent goes to 6. Let's see. I'm at 3 anyways. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that helps. That helps a lot, actually. Shoot. What doesn't help is I don't have a secondary blocker and I'm at 2 health. So no matter what, I have to just sit here. And that Corpses of the Lost is such a good card. The fact that he gives all the skeletons haste, that's what sucks. Yep. Okay, that helps. They have it, they have it. Let's see what they have. This is a freaking nail biter. We're both at 2 health. Please don't have anything stupid. Skeleton typal. How odd. I mean, it's putting in work. Uh-oh. Okay. Yep. Sweet. GG, friend. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. There's some redemption to be had with this deck. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Alright. Played a handful of games. Let's go ahead and revisit the deck. And see if there's anything we would want to change. Sleepcurse Fairy, Sleight of Hand, Fairy Dream Thief, Great Fencing, Deduce, Mastermind. How many creatures in this deck? 21. Picklock Prankster, Spell Stutter. Go up the Throat's pretty good still. I'm curious, is there anything we can move around? Like, I like the Picklock Prankster. I like the Fairy Mastermind a lot. Sleepcurse Fairy is a little bit of an underperformer so far, but in that match against the Jeskai player, it actually put in some pretty good work. Let's count up our rares again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll actually get rid of the Deduce, because I want to play Profts. I want to play Prof's Eidetic Memory in this build. Just 2 copies of it. Because it worked pretty good in my other version of the deck, like the fully upgraded version. So let's see if we can have it put in some work here. Because Profs is a pretty solid card. Okay, you go first. Alright, cool. Keep it. That's definitely something that I liked seeing out of Bloomborough, was the fact that the tribes had themes that could pair up really well with previous sets. Like the otters are obviously going to be great with like the slick shots from Thunder Junction. It looks like our opponent is deciding on what they want. Are they going to mulligan? They do not mulligan. They just take their time deciding. Fairy Dream Thief comes in. Surveil 1. I got a Spell Stutter already. Alright. Play that island. Attack for 1. Opponent played a Restless Cottage, so that tells me they're playing the Golgari combo deck. So we need to counterspell their talent. Innkeeper's talent. Oh, Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. Resolve. Put the ability on the stack. Destroy your creature. Alright, my turn. Let's play this island. Attack for 1. End turn. Let's see what they play. And if it's worth countering or not. Play a Plaza of Heroes. I wonder if this might just be a Golgari midrange deck. Yeah, you want that. Here you go. Alright, so I'm going to play the Soured Springs, slap you for 1, attack for 1, and then play a Sleep Cursed Fairy. End turn. It's coming in a little bit late. I would prefer to draw that turn 1, but you can't always get what you want. Creature of the Schism. Okay. Pass. Alright. End of turn, we will mill. Alright. Get a Sleight of Hand back. Before we play our land, let's play Sleight of Hand. Yeah, give me Obira. Alright, let's go and play that. And I'll play the Picklock Prankster right now. Attack for 1 in the air. End turn. This might just be a regular old Golgari mid-range deck. Might not be the combo deck. Alright. Pass. Okay. Get your creature. Pass. No blocks. Pass. Play a Sheoldred. Okay. Well, I think I'll play Obira. Draw. Cute. Alright. Next. Don't do this before you draw a card. And before you have a chance to untap with Plaza of Heroes. Watch him just drop another Shelly. Oh, Virtue. Okay. It's gone. Pass. Make another guy. So looks like we're racing now. Alright, end of turn. Make a fairy. Bear slaps you for 1. It's fine. Ability still goes on the stack. Ugh, not great. Not great at all. Alright, let's activate that. Which is a 7. And we're just going to hold that land in our hand and hope our opponent doesn't realize it's just a land. Son of a bitch. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Well, activate. Opponent goes to 9. Alright. Draw for turn. Alright. It's fine. Yeah. I lose 2 life. I'll play Talion. Set to 2. Play my last card, which is a land. Put them to 2. Alright. Let's see what they get. Draw a card. Gain 2 life. Mosso Dread Knight. Alright. You lose 2, I draw a card. Oh shit, that's gonna kill me. No. Oh no. Oh, yes. Oh yes. Resolve. Yep. There you go. That was a good Talion. That was a damn good Talion. Alright. Okay. So, our opponent goes first. We have 2 islands and a swamp, Sleight of Hand, Picklock Prankster, Talion's Messenger, and Roaming Throne. So we'll go ahead and keep this. Thornwood Falls. Alright. We will play an island to start us off, and play a Sleight of Hand. I want that Talion. Alright, opponent plays a Greenland. Okay, so we're up against frogs. This time it actually is Simic frogs. Alright, play this right here. And honestly, I think I'm just going to play the Picklock Prankster itself, just so I can have a blocker out there. Dour Port Mage. What's that do? Whenever one or more other creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. 2 and tap, return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. Okay, cool. Let's see. I will play Island into Talien's Messenger. Attack for 1. Draw a card. Discard a card. Get a +1 counter here. Hit for 2. Alright, opponent's doing well. They have not missed a land drop yet. They play Clement the Worrywart. He is assembling the Voltron over there. 2, 2. Yeah, I think we're going to be setting it to 2. Mm-hmm. Look at all of those triggers going off. My god. Alright. Let's go Swamp. We'll play Talien. Set to 2. Attack with just that. Draw a card, discard a card. We'll discard Island. Put a +1 counter on Talien. Make him a little bit harder to deal with. Plays Frog. Cavern of Souls. Great. We just drew a counterspell. Clifftop Lookout. Okay. You lose 2 life, and I draw a card. If he has a Polywallop in his hand, he should use it. Ah, nice. Finally drawing some interaction. Valley Might Caller. Okay. Bond Profit. Alright, lose 2 life, I draw a card. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Clement's gotta go. Yep. Keep on doing your thing. Alright, that's another trigger from Talien. Alright, my turn. Let's go here. And we're going to go ahead and... yeah, we're just going to eliminate that problem right now. And then... I'm going to attack with a Picklock Prankster. Draw a card, discard a card, which is Swamp. +1 counter on the Prankster. Alright, when it goes to 11. And then... I think we just end the turn. Alright, another Cavern of Souls for the Frog. Alright, lose 2 life, I draw a card. We'll Fairy Fencing it first. Awaiting your action. Okay. Let's see. So that's going to bounce and draw a card. So I'm going to play Fairy Mastermind right now. So that I get to draw a card too. I want to be a part of the party. Now, I did just leave myself wide open for a Polywallop though. And there it is. That's fine though. We can still deal. You're tapped out, right? Yeah, tapped out. Can't really use anything. Yeah, I'll just block. I don't have to kill it. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead. Island into Roaming Throne. Naming Fairy. Draw and discard the island. Target a fairy. You'll be that fairy. Draw and discard. We'll discard the Sleep Cursed Fairy. And put a +1 here. There. Now you gotta choose which one to block. Alright, we're coming in. Ah, shoot. Did I already play my land for turn? I guess I did. No big deal. We'll survive this next turn and kill them with the Soured Springs. At least that's my plan. Though they do have the ability to gain some life this turn. If they choose to like bounce the Sun Shower Druid. Another Dour Port Mage. Okay. Resolve. +1 counter on the Valley Might Caller. Eight mana. Okay. What are you playing? Valley Might Caller. Okay. Alright. Resolve. You still have 7 mana left over. Three Tree Scribe. When enters or another creature you control leaves the battlefield without dying. Okay. So he distributes +1 counters. Five green mana left. Alright, bounce that. Yeah, do your thing. Resolve all. I draw some cards. Resolve. You draw a card. Clifftop Lookout, yet again. Now, this one I can counter, but why should I? Because I have the springs in my hand. Resolve all. Yeah. Me Sun Shower Druid. Okay, so he is going to gain a life here. Do I care though? Yeah, I think I'll counter this one. I don't want him gaining life. Coming at me with everything? You sure about that? It's 1, 2, 10. I'll take 10. Good game. That was actually a pretty good game, I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good. Alright, Island and Swamp. Picklock Prankster, Tameling's Messenger, Fairy Fencing, Go for the Throat, and Roaming Throne. It looks decent. I'll keep it. The opponent goes first, so we get to draw first. Potentially draw another land. Okay, so we're up against bats. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and play this Swamp. They play black land. Pass. Yeah, take the 1. Yep. My turn. Let's go play an island. And we'll end the turn. Ace of the Uneaten Feast. Whenever a creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. To solve, you've gained 5 or more life this turn. Solved, sacrifice this case. Creature cards in your graveyard gain. You may cast this card from your graveyard. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to do this right now. Oh shoot, it can move its counters to other creatures. I'm dumb. Oh, and there's another Essence Channeler, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. Take the 2. Alright, let's see here. Let's go here. Shoot. Alright, let's go and play Block Prankster. Next, end turn. Oh, that's weird. This bat doesn't fly. That's very weird. Life Creed Duo. Okay. Another life gain character. Resolve. Resolve. Pass. Okay. We'll take the 5. Alright, let's see here. So, this is an X. And the X can be 3. So, if it's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll do X is 0, confirm. Eliminate that. Then, we'll do X plus 1 right there. Now you don't have any more creatures to send that to. And then, I'll attack for 1. Is this solved yet? No, it's not solved yet. But you got a Gix. That's pretty cool. Alright, then let's go ahead. I'm gonna play Talion. Attack for 1. Draw and discard. +1 counter there. Gix is a really good card for that deck. That's a good choice, especially with all the flyers. I just got really lucky with my removal. Another Essence Channeler. They're all over the place. Does he want to attack with Gix? Oh, now he wants to go for the throat. Now he wants to attack with Gix. No blocks. Pay a life, draw a card. Alright. Let's play the Undercity Sewers. Surveil 1, put that swamp down there. And then we'll go ahead and do this. Try and find something good. We found something good. Fairy Fencing. Alright. Okay. And attack for 1. Get +1. Discard that. Or do we? Yeah, we'll still discard it. +1 counter there. Hit for 2. They play Restless Fortress. It's not good for us. We're gonna activate the Mudflat Village. That's pretty good. Especially for a deck that runs so many low to the ground cards. Oof. The card is saying. Whenever you gain life, each one loses life. Jeez. Yeah, that alone might just kill me. Alright. Put this in. Name Fairy. And attack for 2. Get 2 triggers off of it. Ooh. There. Shoot. Kinda need that go for the throat. Alright, discard that. +1 counter. There. Draw a card, discard. +1 counter there. Activate the Restless Fortress. Yeah, I think I just lose now, right? Yeah, because he just activates the Restless Fortress. It will suck 2 life from me, plus an additional from Starscape Cleric. Yeah, you win. Good game. No blocks. Okay. It's like I'm not very happy with the way this upgrade is turning out. So I think we might need to make some more changes here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and ditch the props. I mean, it's not really putting in the work that I was hoping it would. So in that case, we'll drop those 2 out. I'm actually going to go back up 1 on the Sleep Curse Fairy, and 1 more on the Fairy Mastermind. Okay, let's try that out. So removal is still staying the same. So we have 6 hard removals right there, and 3 counter spells. I think that, honestly, it should be enough. Yeah, so it gives us 7 1-drops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 2-drops, 3 3-drops. Yeah. I mean, just from the way it looks, I mean, it looks like it should work. I wonder if I'm just having really bad luck. Well, either way, we will get this figured out, one way or the other. Okay, so opening hand is 2 islands, a sleight of hand, 2 Fairy Mastermind, Obira, and Talien's Messenger. So I'll keep it because I have the sleight of hand, and that can help me dig for a swamp. Okay, so we'll play our island, and we go sleight of hand. I don't see a swamp yet. I will take that island though. Never hurts to have more land on hand. It's a nice looking Seachrome coast. Pass. Alright, end of turn. Mastermind. Plays Deduce. Alright, that's another island. Not great. Let's play Talien's Messenger. Draw a card. Aha, there it is. Let's discard one of these Obiras. +1 counter there. Tickless Archive. Alright, they surveil for 1. Oh, it's that kind of deck. Alright, let's play the Soured Springs. Poppy for 1. Then we will attack for 4, and then 5. Draw and discard. The discarded card will be probably the Fairy Fencing, honestly. I don't anticipate him playing too many creatures. Yeah, Deduce. I'll absolutely. Oh shoot, that's right. He did that on my turn, so he wouldn't get the so the Fairy Mastermind wouldn't draw a card for me. Yes. Okay, my turn. Alright, let's play a sleight of hand. I will probably take the Fairy Dream Thief, honestly. Alright. Draw a card, then gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So if I counter that, he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage this turn. It still won't be enough to kill him. So he's going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 life. I'll allow it. It's just going to save him 1 more turn. Draw a card and discard. I will discard the Fairy Dream Thief. +1 counter there. Pop, pop. then I will play the Soured Springs, slap it for 1, and end the turn. I don't want to overextend right now, because they're getting to the point where they can play cards like Sunfall. And that's why I kept the Spell Stutter. Okay, let's go and play that swamp. Then... oh, cool, draws a card. I'm just going to discard that. We already played our land for the turn. +1 counter there. Alright, opponent is now at 3 health. We will end the turn. Let's see what they do. Sunfall again. I will allow it this time because I have flash creatures. Good game. Flash kind of just wins against slow speed board wipes. They did put up a fight, though. I mean, they didn't manage to kill any of my creatures, but they put up a fight. Self-reflection. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. With flashback. Too bad it's a sorcery. If that was instant speed, that'd be a great card. I'd probably be playing it myself. Deox. Okay, so we're looking at Island, Soured Springs, Undercity Sewers. So right off the bat, our mana's looking a lot better today. So after that, we have Fairy Mastermind, Obira, Pecklock Prankster, and Fairy Fencing. So it looks good. I'm going to keep it. We're going to open with the Undercity Sewers, just because we don't have anything to do on turn 1. Based off of their sleeves and their avatar, it makes me think they're going to be playing a dinosaur deck. But I could be wrong. Looks like our opponent mulliganed. Alright, let's play that Undercity Sewer. Put that on the bottom. Or into the graveyard, sorry. Yeah. Red-green. Dinosaur little buddy over there. Let's play that. Highly likely. Oh! Shivan Reef. Glimpse the Core. Okay. You have my interest. They bring a forest out. Alright, end of turn. I will play Obira. Alright, my turn. I will play... I'll play the Soured Springs this turn. Because I'm only going to be doing 1 game action, honestly. So we'll attack for 2. End turn. Play Dinosaur for the cavern. Ancient Cornucopia. How peculiar. Okay. Pass. Alright. End of turn. Play Fairy Mastermind. Opponent loses 1 life. Untap. Play the Soured Springs. Slap it for 1. Attack. Opponent goes to 11. End turn. I'm expecting something crazy this turn. Oh, Brotherhood's End. Okay. Deal. Yep, I lose my creatures. No big deal. Play Fairy Mastermind. My turn. Alright, let's go and play Island into Talion's Messenger. And we'll attack. We're going to put the +1 counter. Oh, we got to discard a card. I'll discard the Springs. +1 counter is going to go on Talion's Messenger in case they have another Brotherhood's End. Opponent goes to 10. Not drawing a whole lot of cards this game. I'm almost out of gas. Wow, he's 2nd Ancient Cornucopia. Okay. That's gonna put in some work here in keeping them alive. Watley. Interesting choice. Set to action. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay. Resolve, resolve. Comes in. Effect is on the stack. Alright, now go get your land. It is a mountain. They place said mountain. Oh, another fairy fencing. How do you like that? Draw and discard. I'll discard the Picklock Prankster. +1 counter, Fairy Mastermind. Put him down to 7, and end turn. Okay, so 2-inch cornucopias and a Tali. Okay. Resolve. I can't really do anything about it. Alright, Atali is now on the table. What are you going to do? Brotherhood's End. Okay. Oh, it's a good thing I pumped that toughness. Okay, do the thing. And he's playing Picklock Prankster. Alright, resolve. Okay, so kind of resolve those in the wrong order, but that's okay. Off you go. Alright, my turn. Discard that. +1 on Obira. Opponent goes to 4 health. End turn. Another Brotherhood's End. Okay. Limps the Core. So that is that 3? Yeah, 3 Brotherhood's End that we've suffered through so far. Wow. It's too many lands. Alright. Opponent has to clear my Telium this turn. Make your own luck. With the top 3 cards of your library, you may exile a non-land card from among them. Oh, Gishath. Cool. This is an interesting deck. I'll give you that. This is pretty interesting. Now the Beanstalk. Oh my god. What the hell? This is ridiculous. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. What does this even do? Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Deals combat damage to the player. Reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any... Get over here. I need to read this. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest of... Jesus. You're about to go nuts. Yeah, dude. Honestly, I just want to see this go off. Oh my god. Wow. That's insane. Bravo. Bravo. Oh my god. I'll admit it. I'm impressed. Make your own luck into Gishath. That's pretty solid. And look at his health. It's just going up, 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 up. My god. That Volborn Tyrant trigger. Holy hell. Well done. You damn near decked yourself with that move, but that was a good move. Good game, friend. Next game. And after that, I think we might pass our final judgment on this deck, and then move on to upgrading another deck. Because I would like to upgrade at least 2 decks today. Alright, Jungle Hollow. Alright, next up, do we have anything to play this turn? Yeah. Let's play this Swamp. Play the Fairy Dream Thief. Surveil 1. I'll keep the Sleight of Hand. I actually like Sleight of Hand. Also Dread Knight. Alright, pay 1 life, draw a card. Alright, I will open with this Sleight of Hand. Get a Spell Stutter. Then we'll play this Island. And attack for 1. End turn. Now let's see what they choose to play. They play a Mishra's Foundry into a Sentinel of the Nameless City. Yeah, I'll counter that. Alright. Play the Soured Springs. Untap my Sleep Cursed Fairy. Attack for 4. Opponent goes to 14. Did not play Fairy Dream Thief because I wanted to keep mana open for Fairy Fencing. And here we have a Sheldred. Very nice. Okay, my turn. Alright, before we draw, we're going to play Fairy Fencing. It's going to be 3, so I'm going to need to put 2 points into it. Off you go. Alright, we'll play Fairy Dream Thief. Surveil 1. I'm going to keep that, because when I play my Talion, they're going to do everything in their power to kill that Talion. So I'd like to have a backup Talion. Okay, they play a Restless Cottage. Into a Maso Dread Knight. Okay. I like that because it can't block. Virtue Persistence. Okay, they gain a little bit of life. Alright, so Talion. Setting to 2. Opponent goes to 7. What if they're going to try to attack with the Restless Cottage this turn? Or the Mishra's Foundry. They got a lot of mana lands over there. But no, they play Gix's Command. Put 2+1+ encounters and lifelink on a creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature they control with the highest power. Okay. I will sacrifice that one. I'll take the 5. Alright, my turn. Let's go Island. Then we will attack, just like that. Opponent goes to 8. And then end turn. I've not seen a Gix's Command to be played in quite a while. Hey, what you gonna do, friend? Maybe animated creature? Alright, you pass priority to me, I will pass back. Okay, comes in for 5. Ow. Alright, end of turn. We'll play Obira. Okay, he's going to go for the third Talion, just like I thought he would. He loses 2 life. I draw a card. Resolve that. You have anything else to follow up with? No? Okay. Fairy Dream Thief. Okay, drew a swamp. And what is the next card we're going to draw? Okay, cast Terra Sunder. Alright, let's go ahead and play this, and we'll play another Talion. Number is 2. And I will not attack just yet. Keep our blockers open. If he drops a land, he might be able to play his Virtue. But that might also be too late. Okay, it's a tapped land anyways. Sentinel of the Nameless City. Alright. Comes in, creates a map token. And a Glissa. Glissa's good. Okay, go to 4. Oof, that's rough. Let's see here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5. Kinda sucks. Well, it's removal. Put a +1 counter there. Turn. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can wait for them to attack. Hopefully they don't animate any of their lands. If they animate one of their lands, then this game's over. But if they just swing with what they have, we might be able to... Yes! Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, they swing with everything they got. Yeah, resolve, you get a map token. Alright. First things first, go for the throat on that. Then we block, and we block the Glissa, we take 3. Take our turn. Win the game. Whew. That was close. That was way too close for comfort. Oh my gosh. And we have 2 Soured Springs, 2 Sleep Cursed Fairy, a Fairy Mastermind, a Spell Stutter, and a Talien's Messenger. Like, it looks decent, but God, those Sour Springs really hurt to see. Opponent goes first, though, so it's entirely possible we could draw an island. So we'll keep it. We'll see if we can make something happen. Okay. Not the greatest open, because we see a mountain over here. And mountains are scary. Let's play the Soured Springs. Alright, play second mountain into Slick Shot Show Off. Okay, let's play a swamp. And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to hold up mana so that I can either counter something or drop a Fairy Mastermind in front of that Slick Shot. Okay, that's a Monstrous Rage. That's not good. Let's see. Monstrous Rage gets +2/+0, and you also get a +1/+1 token as well. So it's going to bring its toughness up to 3. So I really can't let that land. But you'll still get the +2. Yeah. Yeah, big hit. Right. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So let's play that. And then we'll play Sleep Cursed Fairy. And then Fairy Fencing. Actually, cancel. We'll play it smart and wait for him to drop a bunch of shit on his Slick Shot. Charming Scoundrel. Okay. What's the choice going to be? Put a Wicked Roll token there? Alright, let's do it right now. There you go. Cacophony Scamp, of course. Surprised we haven't seen the Heartfire Mouse yet. Alright, let's go and play that island. And then I'm gonna play the Picklock Prankster Adventure. Cool. Go for the Throat of Fair Dream Thief. I think go for the Throat is in order. And then we'll play the Picklock Prankster. Just so we have a blocker. Slick Shot's back. Monstrous Rage, of course. Really effing big. Alright, block the charm. Take a lot of damage. Nothing to proliferate. Okay. So let's go ahead. Yeah, they already know that I have this going on. So let's just drop it right there. And then attack for 1 with the Picklock Prankster. And we'll keep the other mana open so that we can cast a Fairy Mastermind at end of turn. Provided we survive this next turn. Lightning Strike, huh? Okay. It has been lightning struck. Swift Spear, alright. Alright, they're coming in. Proliferate nothing again. Alright, okay, that's a little bit better. We'll keep this going. Let's play another Sleep Curse Fairy right now. We'll just end the turn. Another Monastery Swift Spear, okay. And a shock for my face. So mean. Resolve. Resolve. Pass. Alright, well, let's activate this and untap. Block here. Take the 1. Ow. We're so dead. And do the damage to the Sleep Curse Fairy? It has Ward. There you go. That's better. Alright, let's play that. We are savagely missing in life gain. So if they draw anything, any form of direct damage, I'm just toasted. Let's discard the other Fairy Mastermind. +1 counter there. Alright, well, let's see if we can race. I doubt it. Cool, they drew a mountain. That's awesome. It's good stuff. Let's go and play Obera. Alright, got another swamp. Let's see here. We'll keep the Fairy Fencing. +1 counter here. Alright, opponent goes to 5. Moment of truth. We got so lucky. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for that. Okay. So this is the deck that we ended up with, playing budget. We had a lot of really great games today. A lot of really bad games. So we didn't do as well as I had hoped. But the games that we played, like very few of them were just like straight up blowouts. Like we had a lot of games that were very, very tight. It's like down to the wire. Like my opponent has 2 health, I have 2 health. Like my opponent has 4 health, I have 1 health. It's like it's really tight backs and forths. So I do like this style of deck, the whole fairy mid-range, pretty heavy on the interaction and card draw. It's definitely my style of deck, and probably why I played so much of it a couple months ago. Yeah. So that'll be that. What I will do is after I get done with this live stream today, is I'm going to upload the deck list, and that way if you want to give this one a shot, you absolutely can. But I will give you full transparency here. I want you guys to see exactly how well the deck did while we were playing today. But don't let that discourage you 100% from trying this deck out, because as I've said before, your mileage may vary. Because like, I could do really well or really bad with the deck, and another person could do really alright or really bad with the deck. So yeah, so that was my performance today. Nothing to write home about. We won 7 matches and lost 8 with a total win rate of about 47%. So it was not nearly as good as I wanted it to be. But that's 2 hours of gameplay with the Fairy standard upgrade. And that's where I'm going to leave it for now. The only thing is, like, I don't like ending on like a little bit of like a dour note, but honestly, it is what it is. It's like, not every one of these decks are going to be absolute bangers, because again, we're building on a budget here. We're doing what we can with what we've been given, with a budget of 15 or fewer rares. So unfortunately, this one didn't do as well as I wanted it to, but is what it is. Hey, just wanted to say one more thing before I sign off on this deck list. So this wasn't the best deck upgrade that we've done on the channel. I think the record kind of shows that. We only did 47%. That was 7 wins and 8 losses. Not too great. But if this is a deck that you are interested in playing, I'll leave you the deck list, and you can import it and iterate on it and continue on with just like any of my other deck upgrades. I'll just leave you with this, though. Bear in mind, when trying these decks out, you're not guaranteed wins, you're not guaranteed losses. Your mileage may vary. I may have not done too hot with this deck today, but that doesn't mean that you won't. I've made plenty of upgrades in the past where I was a little shaky on if this deck was even good, but I've received comments on my channel saying, hey, thanks for the deck. I did really good with this. When's your next one coming out? So again, your mileage is going to vary. So based off where you are on the ladder, your skill level, I mean, all that kind of stuff. So don't be too discouraged when you see a poor record on a video. It's just a video. So as always, I'll leave a link to the description, or a link to the deck list in the description box down below, so you can give it a shot if you want to. Or if you just want to pass on this one, I understand. So until next time, take care of yourselves.